Amber Laudermilk is charged with felony abuse of a corpse after investigators say she cut off a dead man's private part and then stuffed it in his mouth just before his cremation last month.
Welcome to Crime of the Hour Official, where every hour hides a secret. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more.
Amber Laudermilk is charged with felony abuse of a corpse after investigators say she cut off a dead man's private part and then stuffed it in his mouth just before his cremation last month. The Texas Funeral Service Commission suspended Laudermilk's license Tuesday after determining an imminent threat to public health, safety, or welfare.
A mortuary is a place of final respect, a space for the living to say goodbye. It operates on a sacred trust. In Houston, Texas, that trust was shattered. The person at the center of this case was a licensed professional, an embalmer. Her name was Amber Laudermilk. She had been a funeral director in Texas since 2021, and her credentials had checked out. She worked at Memorial Mortuary, and part of her role involved guiding a trainee. The man she was assigned to prepare in February was 58-year-old Charles Roy Rodriguez. He had died of pneumonia. His criminal history was public. Charles Rodriguez was listed on the Texas Sex Offender Registry for a conviction involving a 31-year-old woman more than a decade prior. That detail was known to Amber Laudermilk before the procedure began. What happened next was detailed in a complaint. In the embalming room with the trainee present, Laudermilk is accused of using a scalpel to mutilate the body. The affidavit states she turned to the student and delivered a clear instruction. "You didn't see anything." Another employee entered the room. They noticed something was wrong. When they asked, Amber Laudermilk allegedly responded with a vague explanation. He had a lot going on with him. The staff did not report the incident immediately. Some were afraid. But eventually the complaint reached the authorities. The staff reported it to management, and management brought it to the Texas Funeral Service Commission. Scott Bingaman, the executive director of the commission, noted the speed of the report. In a statement, Scott Bingaman of the Texas Funeral Service Commission said,
"Dealing with the loss of a loved one is an incredibly difficult time, and there are predators who exploit this vulnerability."
So it came to the top of the heap pretty quickly. The Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's office launched a criminal investigation. The allegations were severe. Investigators stated that Laudermilk had committed these acts after learning the man was a registered sex offender. Constable Alan Rosen addressed the emotional weight of the case.
If somebody's been charged when they were alive for a crime that's not looked at by society very well, I still think that when someone dies, there's some dignity that should be left. Troubled lives coexisted at the same time, but this person clearly, our suspect clearly just...
Harris County Constable Alan Rosen issued this statement. This case is about two troubled people, the victim who was a registered sex offender and the defendant who is accused of attacking his dead body. No matter what one thinks of his life, the law requires that he be treated with dignity in death. Amber Laudermilk was arrested and charged with felony abuse of a corpse. Her bond was set at $5,000. The Texas Funeral Service Commission suspended her embalmer's license, determining she was an imminent threat to public health and safety. Memorial Mortuary fired Laudermilk. In a statement, the mortuary's attorneys called the accusations unlawful and horrifying. Memorial Mortuary sent a statement to the press, saying,
"Unfortunate because it makes us all really look bad."
How important are ethics in this line of work?
Ethics is everything in this line of work.
They are deeply troubled and saddened by the unlawful and horrifying actions of this individual ex-employee. The case sent a shockwave through the funeral service industry. Jason Altieri, who runs the Southeast Texas Crematory and is not connected to this case, explained the core principle that was broken. He offered guidance for grieving families. Families should feel comfortable to ask questions and be able to visit and see it in person. The Texas Funeral Service Commission reinforced this message. Scott Bingaman used the incident as a reminder for the public. The Texas Funeral Service Commission's Scott Bingaman advised families should proactively verify the credentials of funeral homes and directors, using the agency's license lookup before putting someone to rest. For the commission, this was a rare and serious event. Bingaman noted this was the only criminal abuse of a corpse case reported to the state in the last 2 years. Meanwhile, Amber Laudermilk was free on bond. The constable's office had expressed a complex view. Constable Rosen had stated they had the utmost empathy for anyone who has been a victim of sexual assault. The facts clearly indicate she was angry. And I hope after this is resolved in the courts, she gets the help she needs. A motive remained officially unknown. Investigators confirmed they were still looking into why she allegedly committed this act. The legal process moved forward. The criminal case for felony abuse of a corpse would proceed through the courts. Simultaneously, the Texas Funeral Service Commission confirmed it would seek to permanently revoke Amber Laudermilk's license. Memorial Mortuary also faced scrutiny. The commission announced its investigators would be looking into the business's practices. In response, the mortuary announced it would conduct immediate continuing education for all employees. Memorial Mortuary's attorney stated their new focus. Our prime directive is to preserve the peace and dignity of the surviving family. In the world of funeral service, the bond of trust is everything. The case of Amber Laudermilk was a stark breach of that contract. For the family of Charles Roy Rodriguez, the violation was profound. The pain of their loss was now compounded by a public scandal. This case stands as a difficult lesson. It demonstrates that the systems of trust we rely on are only as strong as the individual ethics of the people within them. It reinforces that professionalism is not just about skill, but about unwavering integrity, especially when no one is watching. When that integrity fails, the damage challenges the very foundation of a profession built on care and respect. Thanks for watching. For more updates, like and subscribe to Crime of the Hour Official.